Hello and welcome to this installment of Chanka News Network. This week, Ubisoft released a teaser trailer for the zombie mode along with 3 blog posts releasing more details about Year 3 Season 1. In the trailer, we see an object crash to Earth and a policeman go through a barn-type building of one of the locals to find a Soviet-type spacecraft. The Outbreak logo then pops up and tells us that the event is from March the 6th to April the 3rd. There's some Easter eggs in the trailer, including an Operation Health charm in the car's ignition, an alien symbol hanging from the rearview mirror, and a Chanka helmet hanging up outside of the car. The blogs go over some of the backstory of the game mode. The town we see in the teaser trailer has been infected with the virus turning people into monsters. The government has set up a quarantine zone around the town, and Rainbow has gone in to destroy the infestation source. The blog also goes into how the mode will work. There will be 2 difficulty levels, normal and pandemic. The pandemic mode introduces new monster types into the game and turns on friendly fire. There will be 3 levels for the game mode, and these are supposed to be larger than most normal maps, and they will all feature the destruction Siege is known for. In the other blog post, they go into a little bit of detail on the operators. We find out that they are both part of a newly created CTU from Rainbow called the Chemical, Biological, Radiological, Nuclear Threat Unit, or the CBRN for short. The operator, named Lion, is described as using a drone to maintain quarantine perimeters. The Russian operator has a range of applications of self-dissolving nanobots all can benefit from, and her name is Finka. If we look at the blog post and the leaks, they do add up. It seems the French operator bot will scan similar to Pulse every few seconds in a room for 10 seconds, and it can be only used once. The nanobots may be tied to the leaks that the Russian operator will have 2 charges that can heal 40 HP, can reduce recall or increase speed. And moving on to esports news. There's not been too much esports news this week. One of the biggest stories of the week is that Elevate has moved to CLG. I'm working on a video of all transfers between Year 2 Season 3 and the Invitational, so that will be covered in more detail in that video. As well as this, there's been an amateur Siege tournament announced for EU. This is a vanilla tournament, meaning it will only be original operator maps, and another interesting twist is the fact that teams will be randomly generated on stream, so the skill will be based on how well the individual players can adapt and communicate with people they've never played with before. It will take place on the 10th of February and begin at 4 PM CET. And this week, the Japanese team Ainz announced that Rainbow Six Siege has been granted an esports license in Japan, starting at the Invitationals. So, a little backstory if you weren't aware, the Japanese government introduced a law to combat Yakuza's illegal gambling about 20-30 years ago. However, in recent years, the law has overreached and covered esports players, meaning that unless the game they were competing on was free to play, that the esports players couldn't receive any prize money. In Year 2 Season 3, when Ainz won the APAC Pro League, they didn't actually receive any money, and it was instead split up amongst other teams. Now that the Japanese government has given out the license for Siege, it means that Ainz will be paid for their attendance at Invitationals. I think with this change, we could see a much more competitive scene in the Japanese sub-region, because from what I've heard, for an FPS game, Siege is quite popular in Japan. And finally, moving into fashion news. This week we've got the birthday charm for Dokkaebi. You have to play several games with her in multiplayer to unlock them as usual, and you get a small little golden medal as a charm. As well as this, we also got a new uniform and headgear for Buck and Frost. The camo is a greyish colour, which is better suiting to an urban environment than the bright suits they usually wear. And this has been it for this week. Thank you for watching. Remember to check the description for social media, and as always, remember,
that Chanka will always stand by you.